Dear Legal Department, thank you for correcting me with your unabashed wisdom, ever-present vigilance, and attention to detail for outlining the priorities and methodology if in the event I ever again find one of my co-workers lying unconscious, wedged between two filing cabinets, legs askew, half slouched, half supine on the floor, and bleeding from the head. If, God forbid, there is a future occurrence of such dimension and proportion, I know now the protocol is not first call the ambulance or attempt to revive, but instead to first call upon a member of the management team to ascertain with a certainty greater than mine when and if I find one of my co-workers unconscious and bleeding is a good thing or a bad thing. For it seems that I am a bear of very little brain and big words confuzzle me. Therefore, it is to be surmised by the brain trust in the upper echelon of management and legalities that it is extremely unwise to assist an unconscious coworker, especially one who is bleeding profusely from the fucking head. Certainly, I, a mere minion amongst the cogs of this grand enterprise, will heretofore consider myself counseled, enlightened, and forewarned not to tread lightly, if at all, within the parameters pertaining to the vicious whirlpooling sewer inhabited and frequented by doctors, lawyers, and insurance companies and upper management whose elitist realm we hourly wage hobos can only wish to penetrate with our greasy fingers and unwashed mentalities, ipso facto rendering us woefully unable to calculate the complexities of the systematic response that should be enacted when we find one of our fellow workaday apes unconscious on the floor, sporting a pale complexion, shallow of breath, wedged between two filing cabinets, half slouched, half supine, and a gash from upon their forehead requiring 7 eventual stitches acquired during sudden tumultuous descent from consciousness to oblivion. And did I mention the blood being emitted profusely from the fucking head? Thank you, dear Legal Department, for your clarification. If by chance in the regrettable future I find another fellow employee in peril, I will 1. Go find a member of the management team. 2, inform them that a fellow hourly wage ape is in a state of aforementioned peril, i.e. unconscious on the floor, legs askew, wedged between two filing cabinets, bleeding like holy shit, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, from the fucking head, come quick, come quick, come quick. And then 3, hand the member of the management team my cell phone because I am sure I will have forgotten how to dial 911, and then let those of higher position of the managerial strata decide when unconsciousness and blood loss is a reportable circumstance or when it is a distraction from industrial productivity. 5. This sequence of protocol is now clearly embroidered upon my neural canals and thought wave frequencies. However, being that I am a very, very little brain and big words and ominous circumstances confuzzle me, please be aware that if in the unseen future should I ever again encounter a fellow, a co-worker or otherwise, within the walls of this fine corporation or without, who is apparently stricken with an inappropriate lack of consciousness and even a small but suspicious smattering of head bleeding, I don't know, just possibly, like maybe get a little, sort of brain farty and forget about the approved corporate procedures concerning calling 911 for an unconscious individual bleeding from the fucking head during work hours. If I heinously fuck up ever again by calling the ambulance first and management second, please forgive my transgression because I am, as aforementioned, a bear of very little brain. But, dear Legal Department, why do I think that once the day is over and the corporate charade has been sloughed off, the masks of legality obscuring humanity discarded, the vicious whirlpools risen above, if that it were ever, God forbid, you, dear Legal Department, that I were to find legs askew, wedged between two filing cabinets, half slouched, half supine, weeping crimson from a 7-stitch-worthy gash upon your brow, find me eyes obscured by pallorous lids acquired from plunge into the unexpected loss of consciousness that you, in the following days, would be grateful for my choice of temporary amnesia and humanitarian propriety overshadowing corporate protocol. I will similarly hold no grudge or think anything less of you or behold you as any less of the astute, dear legal department that you are. If you were to get a little, I don't know, kind of sort of brain farty and confuzzled, should you ever find me in need of your compassion rather than your protocols? Because we are, after all, anyone, and as always, all my bears are very little brains equally and alternatively capable of saving each other's lives and or bleeding profusely from the fucking head.